Everyone, thank you, Alden. Welcome to the final session of our New Year's Eve retreat, Renewal Radiance. I'm Tracy Mulroy, and it's such an honor to be amongst these wonderful teachers. Truly, really, just magic unfolding. And I also have the honor of bringing us home across the finish line. So try to stay with me and stay awake if you're on the East Coast, especially. Um, just a little roadmap before I start, since I have a little bit more moving parts to my session. Buma opened us the retreat with a beautiful focus on planting the seeds of intention. I'm going to focus similarly on intention, but more with a intention for the new year, a deep intention. What is your deepest intention for 2024? And we will do a short ceremony to help us remember our intentions, remember presence, to send well wishes to ourselves, each other, and the universe, and for all of our collective intentions and aspirations. So, okay, just a few housekeeping things. As Alden and everyone has said, if you could leave your camera on for this session, that would be wonderful. It would create such a sense of community and hopefully to help us keep us awake as well. And after the meditation, everybody will have an opportunity to share either via chat or sharing aloud what your intention that you've gotten to is. As you can see throughout the evening or day, it's been inspiring to see what others on the retreat have felt and come up with. So I hope that that will be inspirational for you as well. We will start a period of silent meditation just before midnight in the eastern part of the US. If you're in a different time zone, please just treat it as a moment of renewal. I'm going to lightly chime bells so that you'll know that the new year has begun, or that you can treat it as a new moment of renewal. And just usually bells mean stop meditating. Tonight they mean keep going, just keep meditating right through. And then at the end, we're going to do a ceremony where you will need a piece of string, some kind, yay, and a candle, something to light it with, or an electric one. And if you don't have those things, it's fine. We'll pretend, we'll imagine, so no worries. Okay, let's get started. So let's begin by getting in a comfortable position, but one that's alert so that we can stay awake, but also brings you ease. And you can close your eyes when you're ready. Let's begin by taking a few conscious breaths. Let's try 3. Fully feeling each inhale and each exhale. And I'll also invite you to feel the contact points between your body and whatever surface is holding you, whether that's some cushion, a chair, your bed. And feel the earth grounding you and supporting you. Just do a brief scan through your body Relaxing any areas of obvious tension. And start from your head down or your feet up, whatever works best for you. Perhaps paying particular attention to your jaw, your neck, and your shoulders, or any of the usual places where you hold tension. Let them soften and melt. Before we do a dive on our deepest intention, let's begin with what's right here, right now. Opening to the present moment just as it is. Let's hear for you now. Or maybe what has shown up for you throughout the course of the day-long retreat. Perhaps there's some anxiety about the new year. Maybe there's a sense of renewal and joy. And perhaps one of the other session topics has particularly resonated with you. So let's just take a couple of minutes here, just allowing body sensations, thoughts, and feelings to arise and fade away, welcoming whatever comes. Sleepiness, welcome. Excitement, welcome. Maybe thoughts of planning or about what the new year may hold. Welcome them. Perhaps there's nerves. Welcome, I will welcome those. Okay, opening your eyes and coming back to your space now. We are going to talk about intention and how we go about setting one for the new year. Setting intentions is one of the most powerful tools that we have to align with our highest self and our deepest aspirations. Intentions are different from the all too familiar New Year's resolutions. Who here has done a New Year's resolution at some point in your life? And I won't ask about whether they were successful or not, because that's why we're going to talk about intention versus resolutions. So Resolutions are things like I'm going to lose 20 pounds by the summer, or I'm going to quit smoking, or I'm going to get out of that job or relationship that I need to get out of. And then what happens is we get down on ourselves when our resolutions fall to the wayside and we find ourselves still holding on to those pounds, still lighting those cigarettes or staying in that job or relationship. Resolutions are great for certain wants and desires in life. However, they often leave us feeling guilty, unworthy, or with a sense of being bad if we do not achieve our exact target or the timeline that we had set. So New Year's resolutions are future focused. They usually focus on some sort of materialistic goal or tangible achievement, and they create self-imposed deadlines, expectations, and measurements of what success looks like. Intention is something wholly different. An intention is a guiding principle for how you want to show up in your everyday life. I'm going to say that again. An intention is a guiding principle for how you want to show up in your everyday life. As humans, most of us are on autopilot without intention or even awareness for most of our day. It's what our beloved teacher that most of us refer to tonight, Tara Brach, refers to as habit energy. In some ways, we are always trying to control our way through the day, meeting somebody's expectations, seeking gratification, getting our checklist done, making money. We're living from anything but intention. And if we do have an intention, it often doesn't come from our deepest self. It is often a grasping for more of something good, more money, or wanting less of something bad, fear or grief. We also create intentions that we think we should create, whether or not they really are what our truest selves want. So at its core, an intention is how you want to align your life versus something that you attach an expectation or evaluation to. If you take one thing away from tonight, it's this. An intention is how you want to align your life versus something you attach an expectation or evaluation to. Intentions are intertwined into who you are and who you want to be rather than what you want. Intentions are about who you want to be in our worlds, how you want to contribute to your family, community, and self. Intentions focus on positive impact, choices, and actions. They keep you grounded while allowing you to grow. So as opposed to the typical New Year's resolutions, intentions keep you focused on the present. They do not emit deadlines, pressure, or a winning or losing mindset. And they keep us aligned with our core values and what really matters in our life. So some examples are I intend to cultivate more self-compassion in the year ahead of me. I intend to live more from a place of peace. I would like to be in better connection with my heart. Hopefully, these examples highlight the qualitative nature of intention versus resolutions. By focusing on the quality or energy we long to embody or experience, we open ourselves to the many ways that this might manifest. So let's practice some more. Closing your eyes when you're ready. I'd like you to choose something that you're anxious about in your life. I don't mean panic level anxious, something more mild, like a deadline approaching, or putting something out into the world that others will evaluate, your health. It could be something you're anxious about frequently or something that is just arising. So just take a moment and choose the something you're anxious about. The part of you that's anxious has some intention to manage or control things, to protect you. And it often generates obsessive thoughts. As you get in more in touch with this situation, feel how familiar it is. Is this a familiar situation to you? A familiar feeling? Where and how do you feel it in your body? Perhaps you feel a clenching or a tightness. When you think of this situation, how do you feel in relation to other people? Do you feel more separate, less belonging and connection? Now take a few breaths, keeping in mind this anxiety. Imagine that there's a loving part of you that has an intention to wake up and have more awareness in the midst of anxiety and challenges and stressors of life. See if you can feel that intention to wake up really sincerely. Notice the sense of your being now. Who are you when your intention is to wake up? Do you feel more embodied? More aligned with your highest self? And now notice the difference when you are driven by the fear-based intention versus the loving intention. Notice how you feel differently when your intention comes from a place of love rather than a place of fear. Do you feel more spaciousness? More of a connection to your heart? Mary Oliver said, "Tell me, what else should I have done? Doesn't everything die at last and too soon? Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?" So we're going to take some time now to sit silently, reflecting on our deepest intention for our one wild and precious life. And as we sit, check in with your body. A wholesome intention will feel aligned in your body and your mind. Just a reminder that I will ring some bells at the stroke of the new year in the eastern part of the US. And again, if you're in a different time zone, please just treat those bells as a fresh moment, a moment of renewal. We will sit for a period of about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. If you would like to journal during this period, please feel free to. And as you sit, reflect on your 2023, taking stock of what showed up for you this year. And see if you can get to your deepest intention for 2024 by coming from a place of love. And please use one or both of these prompts as you reflect. What matters most to you? And what would you like to let go of? Okay, we're going to sit for some time now, silently. If you feel yourself getting sleepy or restless, please adjust your position if you need to, doing so mindfully. We've got about 5 more minutes left until midnight on the east coast of the US. And just as a reminder, the prompts are: what matters most to you? And what would you like to let go of? just crossed midnight on the East Coast. Just keep sitting silently for a few more minutes. And if you're not on the East Coast of the US, just treat this like a fresh moment. I'm going to read a poem by Megan Minotiu, and it's entitled, If I Asked You What Your Intention Is, What Would You Say? Would you tell me it's to pour love into the world? That whenever you see a chasm of sadness or loneliness or hate, you do whatever you can to pour love into the cracks, watering the parched spaces with all the adoration that you can muster? Would you tell me it's to show others where the light gets in, to pull back the curtains on what's dark and dusty, and watch how the sunlight dances on what was once swept aside? Would you tell me it's to make others feel seen, to let them know that you are aware of their shadows and their light, that you hear their words and you carry them in your heart, and that you do whatever you can to hold their pain? If I asked you what your intention is, what would you say? We're nearing the end of our silent sit, so please just take the next minute or so to clarify your intention. It can be a sentence, phrase, or even just a word. Okay, please gently open your eyes and return to your environment. Welcome back and welcome to 2024. Anyone need a little stretch? Stay awake. We're almost done. I would like to invite you to share in the chat, or you can raise your hand if you'd like, what your intention for 2024 is.
This is Amy. My intention is health for my son and for myself in 2024.
Michael says to be of service. You guys are fast typers. Megan says freedom, finance, mental, and physical. Thank you, Megan. Shane says happy. Thank you, Shane. Moshe, I hope I'm saying that correctly, says to give. Thank you. Brad, to know deepest myself and live my values in each moment, especially in challenge. Thank you, Brad. Uma, listening and love. Thank you, Boma. Yael, lead from my heart. Thank you, Yael. Anu, expansion. Be one with the mountain. Be one with everyone I meet. Thank you, Anu. Alden, to help people hear these teachings. Thank you, Alden, and we are all grateful for that. Barbara, to be kind no matter what comes at me. Thank you, Barbara. Diane, to walk gently on this precious earth. Thank you, Diane. Caroline C., to cultivate the 4 Brahma Viharas at 19 Lake Street, just like I am cultivating a native garden for our wildlife. Thank you, Caroline. Osh says to trust. Thank you. Beautiful. Caroline Chang, to connect to myself, the people around me, and to all beings. Thank you, Caroline. Susan, to trust myself, others, the future, letting go of fear and desire to control. Thank you, Susan. Does anyone else have any intentions they'd like to share? So in order to manifest our deepest intention, we have to remember it. And it takes intention and attention. The more you contact your intention, the more you will pay attention in a way that will deepen it. Buma referenced this in her talk as well. The Zen masters say the most important thing is to remember the most important thing. So in order to help us remember our intentions, let's get the string that hopefully you've brought. In Buddhism, we traditionally use a red string, but please use whatever you have. And if you don't have a string, you can just imagine, pretend, and do something at a later point if you'd like. So let's just take a moment and wrap it around, tie it. It's kind of hard to tie by one-handed. So after you've tied the string, I'll let you still have some time. So once your string is tied, look at it and take a moment to reconnect with your intention. And whenever you see this string, remember the intention that you've set tonight for 2024. And you can even pause for a brief moment when you see your string and are reminded. Takes intention and attention. Now, if everyone would please get their candle, and you can light it if you'd like. If you don't have a candle, please just, you can hold your hands open, cupped like this, whatever works. It's a problem when the teacher can't get her candle lit. Okay, there we go. Holding it in front of you like this, we're going to send some loving kindness wishes to ourselves, to each other, and to all beings. So you can cast a soft downward gaze or close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing that with a lit candle. And again, just take a few breaths to remember why we're here. And let's send the following wishes by silently saying these phrases to yourself. I've tried to pull in from the various themes from today. So first, may I forgive myself and others. May I accept the joys and sorrows of life. May I have compassion for myself and others. May I live from a place of deep intention. Next, sending these same wishes, which I'll lead us through again, to the participants in the retreat, all the boxes that are around you. And as you send them, imagine the people receiving your full wishes. So may you forgive yourself and others. May you accept the joys and sorrows of life. May you have compassion for yourself and others. May you live from a place of deep intention. And next, for the benefit of all beings, may all beings forgive themselves and others. May all beings accept the joys and sorrows of life. May all beings have compassion for themselves and others. May all beings live from a place of deep intention. And finally, let's send all of our collective intentions into the universe. That we may all be aligned with our deepest intentions, and that our intentions will continue to manifest and unfold. Imagine a future that reflects all of our deepest aspirations. Thank you, friends. Thank you so much for joining our retreat today. I think I speak for all of the teachers when I say how grateful we are for your attendance at Remember Presence's first ever retreat. We hope that you found benefit in it, and we look forward to seeing you at more Remember Presence events this year as you live your deepest intention. Namaste and Happy New Year.